Independent retail business can mean so many things these days. A brick and mortar store, an e-commerce business, a maker's online shop, a booth at an antique mall, and more. No matter which category you're in, Kathy Cruz, a fellow retail business owner and retail educator, will teach you how to market and manage your business efficiently so you can spend time doing other things you love. Welcome to the Savvy Shopkeeper Podcast.
Welcome to episode 45 of the Savvy Shopkeeper Retail Podcast. Instagram Reels for retailers. Try saying that 5 times really quickly. Actually, I tried just saying it once when I tried to record this episode a few minutes ago, and I said Instagram Reels for realtors. I all of a sudden started teaching another market of people. Hilarious. I'm your host, Kathy Cruz. My intention for this episode is to explain Instagram Reels because I know there's lots of questions about this topic right now, and retailers are struggling to figure out what it is and how to use it, so I'm here to help. First, I want to say that I am a fan of Instagram. If I had to pick one social media platform that I enjoy the most, it's Instagram for sure. It's visual, which I love. It's more fun to explore, and it definitely always feels much lighter than Facebook. And that alone is worth gold to me right now. That's my opinion, at least. You might love TikTok, you might love Facebook, but today we're going to talk about specifically Instagram Reels. Okay, so let's get started on this lesson. The first question that I get is, what the heck is a reel? Well, it's Instagram's version of TikTok, and if you don't know what TikTok is, the simplest way I can describe what a reel is a 15-second video. That is in the most simplest terms I can put it. It's literally a 15-second video. I like to tell retailers it's a short commercial for your business. Number 2 is, where do I go on my account to record a reel? Now, I want to say that this episode is not a tutorial, but for those of you that don't even know where to go to record a reel, I'm just going to kind of quickly walk you through it. So go ahead and grab your phone, open up the Instagram app, go to your account, and in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see your profile picture. It's usually your logo or maybe a picture of you. You're going to click on the blue plus sign that's right there on the logo. I think it's in the little lower right-hand corner of the logo. And if you look down at the bottom of your screen, you can actually swipe over in the menu. I think it might say Post, Stories, Reels. You just take your finger and swipe over until Reels is highlighted. And that's where it all begins. Pretty simple. All right, number 3 is there are so many parts to Instagram. Posts, highlights, stories, reels. What's the difference between all of them? Well, we all post on Instagram. Most likely we all do. There's the square images that you put onto your account so that people can see information about your business or products that you're selling or whatever picture that you want to share. And then there's a designated feed for all of those square images that you post. Those are posts. Now, stories are short-lived posts. Stories are longer instead of square. They can be pictures with text. You can add funny stickers. You can even make videos for stories. But the one thing that's special about stories is they only last 24 hours, and then they're gone. They are temporary. The next one are highlights. And these are the little circle icons you see above someone's posts in their feed. You might have those little circle icons if you visit someone else's page. And sometimes those little circle icons are really creative and really cute. And then they have titles below each of them. So I like to describe this as a directory for your business. And you can use this directory to create categories. And the best example that I can give is like for my own store. I have a highlight to feature items from our baby boutique. I have a highlight category to feature home decor. I have a highlight for furniture. I have one for custom services. So people can quickly see when they visit our Instagram page that we are a home decor store and all the little parts and pieces are things that we carry or offer our customers. The one special thing about highlights is that once you create a story, which I just talked about before this, Your stories go away in 24 hours, but one way you can let your stories live on is to take that story and file it under one of your highlights. You can literally take that story, hit these 3 little dots, and select to put it under a highlight. And that way, that story will come up under your directory. This is a little tricky. You don't have to use highlights. I am recommending you use Reels, so I'm going to move on. But highlights are a pretty cool feature of Instagram. I don't want to get into it too much. So moving on to Reels, Reels is a content format that allows you to create and share 15-second videos with other people in a new dedicated feed. So the first feature of Instagram that I talked about are the square images and the posts, and you can scroll through all of those on one feed. The nice thing with Reels is they last forever and they have their own feed as well. So if you visit your homepage for your Instagram account, you'll see now that there's a new feed that you can scroll through, and it just has all of your videos once you start recording Reels and uploading them into your account. But again, these don't go away after 24 hours. They live on forever or until you delete them. So the next question that I get is, how can I use Reels as a retailer? There are so many ways, and I'm finding that it takes time for some small business owners to figure this out because 15-second videos, that's not much time, and we have to get really creative with this. Like I mentioned, view these as commercials for your business. Think about fun ways where you can use 15 seconds of time to promote something in your business. Maybe it's a new product line, an upcoming promotion or event, something you can teach your customers in a quick tutorial. And yes, it is possible to do it in 15 seconds. It just takes some planning and creativity. So I have a funny story to share about one of the first Reels that I created for my store. We received these cute little ceramic ghosts, and the ghosts were battery operated. They had an on-off switch, and when you turned it on, it would display these really colorful lights. So I wanted to feature them on Instagram, and I recorded a reel. Well, with Reels, you can add music. So I added a song to the reel, and the song reminded me of something you would hear in a scary movie. And I published the reel, and wouldn't you know, our customers thought the ghosts also played music. Luckily, none of our customers were disappointed that the ghost didn't actually play music, and we sold out of them. But it was still funny to me that because they saw them lighting up, they assumed that the music was also part of the ceramic ghost. I will go ahead and link the Instagram reel in the show notes so that you can actually see it. If you're like me, I'm a real visual person. So I'm going to link quite a few Instagram reels or examples of them in the show notes so that you can see it. You can click on the link in the show notes for this episode. The new sponsor for this podcast is the Shopkeepers Academy. Tell me if you can relate to this as a shopkeeper. You crave sisterhood from other retail shop owners going through the same thing. You desperately search online for tools or education that will help you get ahead as a business owner, but Google is exhausting because you're busy running a business. And when you do find resources online, it isn't tailored to your type of business, an independent retail store. You need the guidance of lessons and information that empower you to keep your business afloat, or better yet, thriving in this stressful world. That's where the Shopkeepers Academy comes in. The Shopkeepers Academy is an online platform that was built specifically for independent retail business owners. It's a one-stop shop to sign up for education and community. Whether you want to grab an affordable ebook like a 9-page shipping guide, or get access to a comprehensive list of lessons by subscribing to the Shopkeepers Learning Lab, or if you want to join Master Shopkeepers, and that's a paid mastermind group of brick and mortar store owners, you'll know that every option in the Academy was designed for you, the independent retail business owner. I want to help all brick and mortar retailers work less and profit more. Is this what you want too? Visit shopkeepersacademy.com for more information. The next question, it's number 5, is why are Reels so important to know about? Well, it's because they're getting crazy good views on Instagram right now. It's a new feature and Instagram wants people to use it. So organically, this is the best way to reach followers right now. So if you want more views, if you want more engagement, you definitely want to use Reels. Number 6, the next question is, I have a business account, so Instagram isn't giving me access to the music. Why is that, and what do I do now? It's funny how when we don't have access to something, it becomes a mindset block. Retailers are thinking they can't use Reels without the music, and this isn't the case. Yes, it's a little tricky. For sure, we have to get creative. We have to think outside of the box. We're going to have to use other resources. And part of me thinks like, you know what? That's what retailers always have to do anyhow, don't we? But we really have to become resourceful. So stop telling yourself that Reels won't work for you without the music. I just want you to get that out of your mind, change your mindset about it, and start to get creative with it. So, for example, I originally had access to the audio button on Reels for my stores account. And I was pleasantly surprised because I think a lot of other business accounts, they were finding that they didn't have access to this little audio button. And I thought, oh, good, I have it. So I went ahead and created a reel. I actually created a couple reels, but the first one I created before the ghost reel was one about these new fabric pumpkins that we had. And I added this fun pumpkin song. I will again link this in the show notes so that you can see it. But what's fun about Instagram Reels is that you can create mini videos. So like there's a 3-second video of a polka dotted pumpkin, and then I have a 3-second video of a striped pumpkin, and then I have a 3-second shot of pumpkins that were different style, different colors. And the nice thing is it runs the video or all of these little snippets together, and then when you overlay music onto it, it's just a fun reel. And that's what worked out the first time I used it. And I will link that in the show notes too. I also want to mention that there was an underground tip circulating that if you didn't see the audio button, you could still click the area where the audio button was supposed to be, and the audio feature would still happen for you. And unfortunately, I feel like Instagram caught on to this, and now the audio icon shows, but it's deactivated. And that's exactly what's happened on our account for the store. So we had the audio button. Other people didn't have the audio button. The audio button was taken away from us. And now it's there, but it says it's not active. And the reason why is because we have business accounts and there are copyright laws. So for-profit businesses can't use copyrighted music. That's at least how I understand it. And I just want to make sure that I cover this because there were so many bits of information kind of traveling all over about how to get it, how to work around it. Most likely, if you have a business account, that button is either deactivated or you just can't use it. And I just want to mention this again because of mindset. I don't want you to think that you can't use it or can't have fun with it. And you can. So I am also going to record a reel without music. It'll be a tutorial style. And I will have that linked in the show notes too, again, under my stores account, which is at The Salvaged Boutique, so that you can see the reels and different examples, because I think that's really important. Again, if you're visual and you're like me, you're going to want to see these. It'll spark some creativity. So my best tip to learn reels is to go watch them. Go into your Instagram account and see what other people are doing. It's actually fun, and some accounts are getting super creative with this. You'll find plenty of inspiration and ideas, and if you dedicate some time to watching them, you'll get creative too. So if you have more questions about Instagram in general, I want you to know that there's a 3-part Instagram video lesson with a corresponding downloadable workbook in the Shopkeepers Lab. And I mention this because I also know there are a handful or probably more of retail store owners who might have activated an Instagram account, but they don't use it because they're afraid of it, or they don't know where to go, they don't know what to do. And that's why I created the video lesson. Again, if you want to subscribe to the Shopkeepers Lab, it's in the Shopkeepers Academy. But the lessons are easy to digest. I start with the basics. So if you're a retailer who's struggling with Instagram or maybe haven't started using Instagram, and you know you should. Or if you started an account like I mentioned before, but need to learn from the beginning, or if you're looking for some inspiration on how to use it, I definitely recommend subscribing to the lab so you can get access to this lesson, this 3-part lesson. And not only do you get access to the full library filled with lessons and resources, but you also get access to the Shopkeepers Lab Facebook group. And in there, I teach a live lesson every month. It's a monthly subscription, it's affordable, and it's packed with value. And if you want to dive more into Reels, the live lesson in that group for November is all about Reels. So not only will we dive deep into Reels and how to use it, but I'll be offering a helpful worksheet that you can download. And I'll be hosting a group challenge with prizes, because one thing I've learned is we all need and want accountability. And prizes plus a sense of competition, it helps a ton with motivation, right? So why not? The challenge will be fun. I promise that. And I can't wait to see how creative members in the Shopkeepers Lab get with this. It'll be interesting. So if you want to see the show notes to this episode or find links to anything I mentioned, you can visit my blog at savvyshopkeeper.com/episode 45. It's savvyshopkeeper.com/episode 45. You know, it's really hard to teach something as visual as Instagram on a podcast episode. But hopefully I helped explain the basics of Reels and the basic difference between the features in Instagram. If you have any questions at all, or if I confused you anymore, I would love to know. You can DM me on Instagram, of course. It's my favorite place to be. And my username on Instagram is @SavvyShopkeeper. Until the next episode, be savvy and boss out.